Von Miller. Soldier Field. A legend in the navy and orange. Could this future Hall of Famer be the final piece of the puzzle for a defense that is already one of the most feared in the league? Before we dive into how this blockbuster move could reshape the NFC North, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with every Bears fan you know, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a beat on the road to the draft. We are officially in the thick of it. The 2026 NFL Draft is right around the corner, and the Chicago Bears are standing at a massive crossroads. Last year, this team proved they are the real deal, taking the NFC North crown and putting the league on notice. But if you look closely at the numbers, there is one glaring hole that could keep this team from reaching the promised land: the pass rush. Despite all the talent on that defensive line, the Bears only managed to record 35 sacks as a team last season. Now, let's be honest with each other. Von Miller is not the same player who won Super Bowl MVP or racked up 8 Pro Bowls in his first 9 seasons. He is 36 years old and entering the twilight of what has been a legendary career. But does he still have the juice? Last season in Washington, Miller was used as a situational weapon, and the results were eye-opening. He logged 9 sacks while playing just 420 total snaps. To put that in perspective, he was producing elite pressure despite playing less than half the defensive reps. He's become the ultimate closer for a defense. Imagine a scenario where it's 3rd and 8, the game is on the line, and you have Montez Sweat, Austin Booker, and Von Miller all lining up in a NASCAR package. That is a nightmare for any offensive coordinator in this league. But why would Miller come to Chicago? It's not just about the city or the history, it's about the connection. Current Saints head coach Dennis Allen, who was the Broncos' defensive coordinator back in 2011, was the man who essentially helped bring Miller into the league. So, here is the big question of the day, and I want everyone to head down to the comments right now and give me your take. Would you rather the Bears sign a legendary veteran like Von Miller to a cheap 1-year deal to help the playoff push, or should they strictly focus on the draft and use their top picks to find a younger, cheaper replacement even if it means less production on day one? Comment below with veteran or rookie, and tell me why. The timing of a move like this is everything. We are currently seeing the typical pre-draft lull in free agency. The big names have signed, the massive contracts have been handed out, and now teams are holding their breath until the draft board clears. The Bears are in a unique position because they don't pick until number 25. Masitter is a fascinating case. He's an older prospect, turning 25 this month, but he's incredibly polished with 5 sacks last season. This is why the second wave of free agency is so critical. Veterans like Miller, Joey Bosa, and Cam Jordan are all sitting at home right now, waiting for the draft to end. Let's look at the other options on the table. If it's not Von Miller, who else could it be? The free agent market still has some heavy hitters. Joey Bosa is a massive name that would immediately transform the front four. You have AJ Epenesa, who is a younger option but still brings that veteran experience. Then there's the sentimental choice, Leonard Floyd. Bringing him back to where it all started would be a storybook ending, though his fit in a 4-3 scheme has always been the subject of debate. The point is, the Bears have options. They aren't backed into a corner, but they cannot afford to do nothing. You cannot go into a 17-game season with only 35 sacks and expect to beat the elite quarterbacks in the NFC. The draft itself offers some late-round gems if the Bears decide to go that route. Names like Danny Dennis Sutton or Gabe Jacas are floating around that late second, early third-round range where Chicago has multiple picks. These are the Dennis Allen prototypes: long, athletic, and high-motor players who can set the edge. But as we've seen with many rookie defensive ends, the transition to the NFL can be brutal. It takes time to learn the hand techniques and the leverage needed to beat NFL-caliber tackles. That is where a guy like Von Miller becomes a coach on the field. Having him in the room to explain the nuances of a speed rush or a club rip move to a 21-year-old rookie is worth more than any draft pick. We also have to consider the salary cap. The Bears are tighter against the limit than most fans realize. Every dollar has to be spent with surgical precision. A 1-year, prove it, deal for a veteran is the most fiscally responsible way to address the pass rush without mortgaging the future. It allows the team to stay flexible for 2027 while still maximizing the current championship window. We've seen other teams do this with great success. Look at what the Ravens did with Kyle Van Noy or what the Eagles have done in the past. You bring in a veteran, you get 8 sacks for a few $1 million, and everyone wins. As we look toward the next few weeks, the excitement in Chicago is palpable. The stadium talk is never-ending, the draft rumors are flying, and the roster is deeper than it has been in a decade. But championships are won in the trenches. If the Bears can find a way to pair Montez Sweat with a productive, experienced edge rusher, the rest of the league is in serious trouble. Whether it's through a draft day steal or a post-draft signing of a legend like Von Miller, the goal is clear: dominate the line of scrimmage. This is a pivotal moment for the franchise. The decisions made in the next 30 days will determine if the Bears are just a good team that wins the division, or a great team that brings a trophy back to Michigan Avenue. The fans are ready, the city is buzzing, and the pieces are starting to fall into place. Keep your eyes on the news, keep your notifications on, and let's see if Ryan Poles can pull off one more miracle before the season kicks off. It's a great time to be a Bears fan, and the best is yet to come. Stay tuned, because we will be right here covering every single move as it happens. Bear down.